Welcome back, everyone, for our new project, Limbus Company. Face the sin, save the ego. The third game of the Project Moon series. And this time around, instead of the other two games, it is actually playing on a mobile as well. It's kind of like a gacha game, which means maybe the game asks us to buy stuff in order to pull some characters at times, but this project is something like an experiment either way. I mean, this is the first game that doesn't really have an ending right now, and it's still under development as well. I think it was released like 5 months ago, and so far they only have released like, wait, what did they say? 4 or 5 chapters, I'm not entirely sure. 5 months ago, and we only have 4 or 5 chapters. Yeah, we're going to take our sweet time with this. I do not plan to run into some kind of content wall when I have to put this project on brakes, because yeah, there's nothing else for us to do. I mean, this is a mobile game, something like an MMORPG maybe. So yeah, this is going to be an experiment, and we're probably going to play it as free to play as possible to see how far we can go with this, in order to test out how player friendly this game is in general. So without any further ado, let's start the game, and hopefully it's not going to open up another download screen, because I already had 2 and I tried to back out of it after the download in order to start the game right from the start. But maybe... Oh my god, really? Game! It worked! It worked! The game opens! That only took like, I don't know, 8 restarts? 8 restarts in which I even deleted the game 3 times! Only to end up selecting a different file location in order to fix all of it. I don't know why that happened, but that's already a good sign for the project, right? Starting with technically difficulties, even though it's probably because I backed out of the screen. Probably, because as you can already hear, yes, you can change the voice and the sound and all the settings are here. But in order to change that and start anew, I had to back out from the screen. I didn't think it would mess up the whole game file that badly, that it literally forces me to delete everything, but at the very least, it still saved the settings, which kind of indicates that Steam was still saving some files in the background, which probably forced me to select a completely different save location in order to get it to actually reset it. Oh my god, Steam. Never mind. Let's not think about that. That was already way too infuriating. Now then, Wolf. Do you see now? You can't run away from us. You dare? Interrupting me just as I was engraving the...
Redacted.
Must be out of your mind. We are being technically. What our master has planned apparently isn't one of the city's taboo. It's just the kind of thing that, oh, no one ever dares to consider. You catch my drift, right? Huh. Would you look at that? You managed to get a different head in so fast. Do people like you always come prepared? Different head? Was that the reason why he has a clockhead? He has multiple heads, is that what you tried to say? Wait, that's... Why did you prepare a clockhead? Just you wait, I get to...
Redacted.
You'll be no match for me. No. I guess that new noggin doesn't come with a mouth, huh? Yep, ticking is all that I can hear. You think they're screaming on the inside? You can't hear us? And you attack us? The ticking is faster, so I guess he still feels pain. I mean, just because we have a clockhead doesn't mean the rest of the body is metal. Damn it! Why am I being attacked? Not good. Memories are dissolving already.
Redacted.
Was done too quick. What? They've gone quiet already? Let's get this over with. Wolf, This is a place that no one can visit, and somewhere none can see. So what's the hurry? We must follow her teachings after all. We can't drag on any longer. Yeah, but this is the moment of a lifetime. We're not going to get a second chance to kill someone of this caliber. You say? Lion, you have the tenacity to grow too emotional during your work. I hope you show some discretion. Aw, it's a shame. I wanted to have a look at your face. I reckon you won't tell us where your star is, right? My star? Like hell I am! I'm taking
Redacted.
location to the grave! Damn it. It was
Redacted.
supposed to be. My memories are escaping too quickly. Right. No mouth. Which in turn means we won't learn how to acquire it from this person either. Can I end them now? Sure. Huh? Hey, what's that noise? Don't tell me, Panther. Did you allow yourself to be tracked again? Probably. No, there was no one that could have pursued me. Perhaps a wild animal? This is not the sound a beast would make, is it? No, not quite. A bus? How did it even end up here? Must have taken a wrong turn, huh? Oh, the price they'll pay for taking the wrong road will be heavier than they expected. After crashing right into you. Oh, that must have hurt. It best in Lion's strength? What did you expect? That's a freaking bus. But then again, I guess those guys are kind of strong. If my eyes are still right, then you will reach the harbor of glory. Glory? Who are you? The nameplate. Is this Faust? You have lost your way in the dark forest. I'm sorry, I'm what? Yet you were not overcome with fear. Why was that? That's... I could simply lift my head to find the star. That's right. Now repeat with the heart what I tell you aloud as you remind yourself of that image. Follow your star. Follow your star? At that moment, I felt a sudden thump in my head, followed by the sting of several chains penetrating my chest. Is that supposed to be a good thing? I don't think so! Yeah, that sounds painful. Relax. Though it may feel otherwise, your heart is still functioning. You call that functioning? It seems like I was literally pierced. With this, the pact has been sealed. Dante, from this day forward, we are bound to your time. What do you... The beating of our heart now depends on where your hands fall. I hope you will make a fine leader. Leader? Ours? Is that really everything? A single apple has fallen. This guy's still not making any sense. Jeez! The weight was killing me! Finally some action now, right? Well, I guess we could use a little warm-up. Okay, 4 guys already. 5 guys, okay. What is that wretched misery writhing on the ground? Are they to be the newest addition to the team? Well, I just got pierced by a bunch of Shane, okay, I still need to learn the name. Autis? Autis. Sinner 13, Gregor. You might want to watch your words. I heard that is our soon-to-be boss. The attack must have happened in an instant. I'm impressed you managed to hide your head. Hide my head? Who are you people? And what's up with this bus? We are bearers of justice who have come to aid you. And this is the magical bus that takes us wherever we wish to go. Magical. Okay, sure. Justice? Bus? Wasn't that what you were expecting to hear? Either way, you are better off believing us to be your savior. We are racing against time, and the situation isn't in our favor either. So let me explain this once. After some time has passed, okay, we're not going to get explanation. So, if I'm not mistaken here, and I do as you said, then those strangers will fight for me? Correct. So long as you give them the right orders. Alright, so we will kill these arrogant vandals dead, and then I just go back to where I was, huh? Uh-huh. Where I was. And do you still remember that? That doesn't really seem that reasonable, or rather that reassuring. Wait, what was I doing? Where was I when I did that? Oh, something extremely important was upon me. Something that I shouldn't forget. Ah, calm down. It's only natural to happen with your current heads. You should focus on the struggle at hand, Dante. How do you even know my name? Pardon. I'm not sure how I should address you. Would Commander Clock suffice? In any case, we await your orders. And if we really need the orders, though, seems like going one-on-one is the only way around here. Huh? Hey! Quit running off your mouth. We just need to crush them, right? Please do your best, Dante. Okay. Well, there's no two way about this, I suppose. They barely introduced themselves. They haven't even really introduced themselves. And tutorials, of course. Allow me to show you the basic of management and commands. You can give orders to sinners by connecting chains skill on the dashboard at the bottom of the screen. Try pressing the skill on the left. Okay, this one. And then I'm supposed to follow the path, right? Yeah. I guess I'm just gonna follow it. From here, from a chain skill all the way to the gear to the right. This. No, wait. No, I don't. Huh? After you form a chain of skills, press the right gear and begin to go. Ah, I'm not supposed to connect that with this. Ah, okay. And then they just fight. Okay. Not entirely sure what I just selected there, but I guess it worked. And we got a couple of good hits, I guess. Okay, that. Oh no, wait. 26 on that guy, 12 on the girl. It appears we need powerful attacks. Let's form a proper chain for it. A proper chain for it. Was this the difference? It appears we need a powerful attack. You're not gonna explain that to me, right? Not yet. Okay. Is there a way for me to check what I'm selecting there? By chaining 2 more skills of the same affinity this turn, you will cause resonance. Ah, right. The green stuff. I see. Resonance input. Resonance boosts the damage of skills with the same sinner affinity. Their color, in other words. The power of each skill is boosted by the numbers of skills that come before it. So 1. It's 1, right? Maybe. Not entirely sure. But okay. It should be 1. It should be 1. Doesn't really seem like we're winning though. And the attack is still 1 and 2, so I'm not entirely sure, but no, that doesn't look good. He's already down to 48. 37, okay. Can't even see the HP at all, which is not really reassuring. That wasn't enough. We must strike them even harder. Try chaining our skills again. Sure. More green stuff. A-res. And those 2 are different colors of blue, I see. What is absolute resonance? As we just covered, chaining 3 or more skills of the same affinity is in a successful course. Absolute resonance. Every skill under absolute resonance receive a power boost based on their total number. Likewise, this boost especially shines with more resonance-enabling skill. So absolute resonance is A-res. Do they all need to go right behind of each other? And I guess I can boost it even further if I have more red cards, probably. Okay. I'm just gonna watch and see how it goes. Pretty much like Library of Ruiner. First and foremost, I just have to watch and see what actually happens. And later we can figure out what actually is going on with my stuff that I'm selecting, right? And you will find yellow stagger. Yellow stagger? Oh, we staggered! Oh! You will find yellow stagger thresholds on the health bar on both of your sinner and enemy. On my health bar. What is stagger? When an attack puts an enemy HP below one of the yellow lines thresholds, they will become staggered. When staggered, all physical resistance change to fail, that's the same. If a unit's HP goes past multiple stagger thresholds in a single turn, their stagger level will increase. This stagger level can go up to 3. I can stagger them multiple times, is that it? As it is increased, the damage of the unit taken is amplified. But they don't get staggered for more. It's just still one turn, it's just we're just going to get extra damage. So in that regard, I'm not entirely sure if it's a good idea to go beyond a certain stagger level then. Since technically speaking, the stagger thing, you want to stagger in order to skip their turns, right? At least it was in Ruiner. I always use the stagger in order to recover our light or something like that in order to get our footings back. But I guess it's good to know that we can increase our damage further as well. If we're on a time or something. Okay. Well done. We have staggered an enemy. Now keep up the fight. And with that, yeah, keep up the fight and with what I've taught you so far. Okay, so we have staggered one enemy. I want to get the similar colors. And does it really matter which of them is? Probably not, right? I'm just going to get for the darker blue color, I guess. Okay. So is there any way for me to, I don't know, direct my guys to attack a certain enemy? I mean, I can already see that they all go for the staggered units. Which is good, because the other ones didn't do anything, but we can't really guarantee that that's always the case, right? Can I even shake them? I can scroll around again. Oh. Okay, that looks cool. But can I check those guys? She has a glowing orb. Okay, it doesn't really seem like I can do that. Yeah, I can't really do that. Okay. Then I guess we are going for... I can only go for dark blue or green. Well, I guess we're just going to stick with the green and I'm going to try out the yellow color next. 30! Oh no. Oh no. Guys. Guys. She's destroying you. 45? Ah. Well, I know that I barely scratched them, but you don't have to go all out right now. I thought this was supposed to be a bit of a tutorial. I lost. Ah, come on. They give me a tutorial in a battle that I cannot win. How is that fair? How is that fair? I just don't get it. This is what Lion struggled against? Whoa, hang on. I know this is kind of weird coming from someone you were just fighting, but I'm pretty sure we can just talk this out and... Well, he just got a new piercing, I guess. This is unideal. I knew it was a ridiculous idea to put a fight against them. Yeah, they're slaughtering us. All of them. Are y'all kidding? I haven't even... Okay, you don't have to ram it into the ground like this. What the hell is going on? You said you would fight in my stead. We never really promised to win said fight. What? Then what's the point of fighting? You could have just stayed safe. Look at those guys. And it seems that I'm the only survivor. Oh no. Okay. So, you were waiting for this? You have some hidden cards up your sleeve, right? Not necessarily a trump. No, rather... Oh, no, never mind. No survivors. There are no survivors. That is a heart! He pierced through a heart and ripped it out! Yeah, we're all out. It's about following the stars. Why is this so calm? I didn't even pay attention to that guy. He probably still has the heart up there. We just don't see it because of the black screen. What is this? Some kind of suicide performance. Not the funniest life to end. What am I supposed to do now? They jumped in triumphantly. Or did they die like flies? Hey, don't say that. They survived a couple of rounds. I can't remember a thing about the past since I repeated what she said, and... Is this how I die? Tell the serpent this, false lion. This flow cannot be stopped. Okay. Well, good to see that my character's the finest dragging. He's being dragged along on the neck. My necktie. Okay. Oh. Huh? Red? But why? What? Man with red eyes. Do you know why I only dismembered those two? Because at least one of you needs to be able to carry the rest out of here. And you're the only one left to offer them any help. Ah. The red gaze, huh? Don't glare at me like that. This is nothing compared to what you've did. With wounds like those, I'm sure your boss will recognize that you did your part. Consider them a medal of honor. Unless you want this to be the end of your life. Nope, probably not. Right? Just back out of this. Just back out. Who are you one of them? You're too late. They are already dead and... No one's too late. How do you know me as well? There's only one thing we need. A little time to rewind. Huh? I'm suddenly overwhelmed by a sharp pain in my chest, as though my heart was being ripped, or rather torn asunder. Followed by flashes in the rib, intestines, stomach and lungs. What? What just happened? Engulfed in a deluge of torment, twisting and squeezing my entire body, I let out an agonizing screech. Did you... Oh, they're fine! Look how relaxed that guy is! In my fading consciousness, the only thing that I could perceive is... Was the deceased flesh being reconstructed in a bizarre manner? You will suffer a plenty from now on, Dante. In the voice of the man with red eye. Well, I passed out. That's a terrible way to meet my guys. I heard the howl of a beast somewhere. It cries ceaselessly. Is it wailing out of hunger or beast? They're being itchy twitchy. Did they get up? Awake at last. I would have been a tad bit disappointed if you croaked on us like that. Bus driver? Fresh morning. This is Sharon, the bus driver. Ah, it's not really morning, but I guess it's refreshing. How do you feel, Dante? Well, I... tick-tocking like a clock. Some language barrier, this is. You may call me virtuous. If you can understand what I'm saying, give me some kind of reaction, Dante. How about a thumbs up, huh? I can totally understand. Or we're just going to nod. I gave him a quick nod since the but he didn't really seem to be hostile at least. Good, at least their hearing is functional. Let's ride, Sharon. Now departing. Vroom vroom. Huh? There was a heavy roar and vibration, as though they echoed from the bottom of a deep mire. It was then that I realized that I was aboard a bus. A bus. I can't be sure if I've ever ridden such a vehicle in the past. Do you remember who you are, or rather were? I shook my head to say no. I had been reminded that my head was now a clicking mechanism and nothing else. I suppose you want your memories back, am I right? Yeah, who wouldn't? I sure feel like an idiot right now because I can't. Well, at the very least, we have our name, right? We still have our name. Smooth as it gets. What's to stop to get the rest of you from adopting this gesture-based communication? Any words of yours, Miss Faust? Faust kindly turns down the offer. I doubt we'll have that much freedom over our own bodies most of the time. She's the one that spoke to me back in the forest, who saved your life, only to fail miserably like the others, but in the very least, she ignored the attacker until the very end. Her silver hair that glisters even without sunlight gives off a rather mysterious air. Dante. Dante? Come to think of it, the red-eyed man has been calling me that too. Dante is your name. The amnesia must have affected you rather severely. How do you even know my name? Sure looks like it. That doesn't sound like a familiar word. You will get used to it in time. True. Wait, you can understand me? Oh, the group that attacked me earlier, and Virgie, or whatever he was called, seems to have heard nothing but ticking from me. Faust can hear what you intend to speak. So you kind of assume what I talk about? Kinda? Wait, you can? Really? But how? I don't even have a real mouth anymore. Outdated ideas must be one of the side effects that came with your head replacement. It's an anachronistic idea to think that a vocal organ such as the cord and tongue are necessary to participate in conversation, but usually most of the time you would think that you would at least need a voice in order to talk, right? Or maybe, well, if you have sign language, you could even communicate with blinking, but we don't even have eyes for that, but we could try to learn sign language. Anachronistic, huh? Right, never consider that. You can limit the reception of your words to one person, or choose to speak to everyone at once. A little clarification. When I say everyone, I'm only referring to the sinners. Sinners? Huh? The people who have taken seat behind you. And the one who fought in your stead until moments ago. What, who? So thou art the final piece that completes our journey's cast. How I have yearned for this moment, huh? Say, pal, where do you sell your old cranium off? So it was you. Thank you for putting my spine back into one piece. Were you a surgeon or something in the nest? I don't think so. Everyone quiet. Nothing is more displeasing than to hear a chore of noises. I suppose you all own them a brief instruction. I'll give you time to make yourself known. Starting with the closest one. Go on. Okay, so they finally introduced themselves, okay? Gregor. Why is it always the one in front that goes first? I'm sick of taking any sort of lead now. Well, anyways, I heard you were going to be our boss, or, yeah, our manager, I guess. Manager? Yep. Which is why I was really curious to meet you and, forming the right sentence is tough work, you know? Don't know what you did with your old head, but I guess everyone has their stories to tell, right? I'm Gregor. We're in this together, Manager Butts. Gregor. I'm Gregor. We're in this together. Okay, is that a background story? Seems like it. Ungeziefer. German? Is it an insect? From the title it seems like it. The sinner is relatively easy to handle in terms of personality, however, An unsurge of emotions of a sudden change of environment may cause parts of his whole body to transform into insectilites. Yeah, he is an insect. That's why he's called Ungeziefer. Notably akin to a carapace, I don't know what that is, resemblance of the, doesn't really say it, tissue. If you do not wish to be a rude manager, not that you're obliged to be nice, we recommend keeping your facial expression in check so that your disgust is not visible to him. After all, it's probably not as likely to be transformed into anything like that. He sometimes uses cynical language, but he can still be reasoned with. And you can get around him without much difficulty, as long as you learn the next of it. So, from all of them, he's probably one of the easiest to understand and talk to, probably. Then we have Rodion. Greg, they aren't just your bud or pal. You're talking to the person who will make us filthy rich? And what? Greg? Rich? What's that about? Let's see. What's better? Dante. Don't mind me if I call you by name. You can call me Rondi as well. Or rather, Rodia. Let's see. Bacon. No idea what that is. It's unfortunate, or rather, the unfortunate traits of being a backstreet born are apparent in the sinner. She loves money, gambling, and betting, so it is advised to pay close attention to her as a manager. She tends to deflect orders with an unimpressive wink or a silly joke. We recommend taking a stern stance at times to remind her that you are her superior. Her mood may be down in irregular intervals. There's nothing you can do to aid her in that state, so we recommend waiting for it to pass. Okay, so she's a bit moody, but she has an axe, so that's kind of nice. I think there's a good reason you've become our manager, right? I'm sure. It used to be a big deal back in the nest, right? When your old habit starts to come back, we'll be that much closer to rolling in dough. Okay, so she's all about money. She does have a sociability. I give her that. True. Oh gosh, look at them keep going on. Hey kid, it's your turn next. Kid? Sinclair. Well, he looks a bit reluctant. Good day. Oh, come on, how boring. That's it? I'm Sinclair. Der Vogel. A bird. Wait, what's that? A tree? Snake? Adam and Eve. That guy's Adam and Eve, huh? Even with the variation of nature of human growth around his age taken into consideration, the sinner seems to get particularly startled or thrown when spoken to. He isn't used to real combat at the moment, meaning that he may struggle to keep himself together at the sight of something as mighty as split innards at first. Oh come on, that's a sight nobody is getting used to quickly. As there may be those with violent tendency among our crew. We recommend giving an approach focus on positive reinforcement with the sinner. He appears to possess the murderous gaze that he himself isn't aware of. This is a hopeful sign that he has the potential to grow into an expert of our company's profession with the right stimuli. Okay, so he's something like a fledgling that we still need to grow. That's good. This boy looks awfully unnerved. Did he just join this company of his own accord? Is there anything that I need to say? I never really worked for a company before. He's a newbie. Just as I said, he's a fledgling, huh? Well, you will learn the ropes in the coming days, right? Kaden, how about your next nerdy pal? Nerdy? I'm Ying Sang. Okay. Formerly the youngest... Oh wait. Always these long lines. Formerly the youngest chef researchers at the...
Redacted.
Wing. The sinner possesses high intelligence compared to most others. We established that everyday conversation with the sinner will prove difficult for managers selected by our current screening process. Avoiding communication altogether will pose a risk on its own, however. If the sinner remains silent for too long, that means he's currently processing a line of deliberated thought. We recommend waiting patiently for him until he's done, I guess. Okay. And that's it? No smoke or mirrors. He doesn't like to smoke? Or watch his mirror? Okay. I waited for him to reveal that he was pulling a prank or something, but I guess not. But he just stared vacantly into the window, disinterested. That was a quick introduction. I can't believe you people. Aren't proper introductions the first step to being a member of society? Call me Ishmael, if you please. Hersey, I see. You may be disheartened by the defected state of many of our sinners, but do not worry. This sinner is one of the few who can carry out most missions without much complaining. She is likely to make reasonable judgment, so it's a good idea to start conversation while looking her way if you seek for sound advices. However, you mustn't forget that the sinner has survived an absurd voyage in a far and wide body of water. Her patience may run deep, but once you take the wrong turn with her, it will be a difficult task to regain her trust. So she used to live on the boat? I mean, how I can kind of indicate that as well. I can even see the rope around it. Now then, I heard you glued our bodies back together from pieces. I look forward to working with you. After all, we take good care of you now, right? Even though it seems like it was kind of excruciating for our guy. She gave a polite bow before returning to her seat. Although she empathized society, she doesn't really feel like the most amicable sort, at least. Heathcliff. Sorry to disappoint, because I don't care too much for fitting in. Name Heathcliff. Used to be a professional wrecker for properties and people alike. You even have a bet with revenge on it, so I can kind of see that. Yeah, the revenge. He has it over here as well. Okay, this is a bit harder to read. This sinner prefers to take actions rather than wait for logic to dictate his course. His thoughts and feelings are blatant and visibly in his demeanor, and he has no interest in hiding them. His brashness may cause headaches or physical pain, leading to the headaches at least, in the process of forming a relationship. Please do note that this is not an indication of serious damage to the sinner's thought progress. If his fit of rage persists, please contact the Human Resource Department. Once you realize that he's the type that tends to be simple-minded, you will have an easier time handling him. So he has an anger issue, or rather a rage issue, but I guess thanks to a simple mind, we can probably calm him down again. That's good to know. Not under anyone's order, mind you. I only did it to buggers that got on my nerves. So you better watch it. Hey, I'm supposed to be your boss. What's that supposed to mean? I'm deadly allergic to cocky gaffers who think they can just boss me around. Ah, you say that, but I'm also a healer. Do you not know that healers are usually the guy who can pretty much decide who lives and dies? You need to be careful, Heathcliff, or how it was called. You need to be careful. Maybe I can just not heal you. How about that? You wouldn't like that, right? I don't think I've done anything to give that impression yet. Yeah, right. We just met. And then we have Don Quixote. Uh-huh. This is my turn to speak. I am Don Quixote. Is it France? Probably France. Bueno impossible. That could also be Spanish, maybe. Anyways, there's no sinner that can outsmart this one's level of passion if we were to measure it. An avid aficionado of all fixers, she adorns herself in various kind of fixer-related merchandise. Merchandise? It won't affect her performance in combat one way or another, so there isn't really no need for you to restrict her from keeping her decorations. She's deeply immersed in the role of a righteous fixer, hence the exaggerated mannerism akin to those of an actor. Has such a thing ever existed, really? It's advised to play along with her for a smooth mission. So she likes to play around? I mean, she even has a circus in the background, I can see that. Sweet. twin impossible. I really like to write things on their weapons. Anyways, I'm a fixer that shall sprint from the dreams side by side. A pleasure to have thee. A fixer. That definitely feels like a term that I used to know. Dost thou wish to know what it is? I can answer thy questions. Fixer, the protector of the city, after all. Dost thou? Old English, okay. Perchance thou may struggle to remember the city. It's, I believe I said that this was supposed to be a brief introduction, right? Oh. Don't make me say it twice. Next. Okay. My name is Hong Lu. I hope we can get along. Hong Lu. Okay, that's a beautiful background. Can't even read that. There's an eyeball in the clouds though. Maybe the smoke. A sinner who had lived a fluffed life before becoming a company asset. As such, he has a certain admiration of free life, but occasionally he may make ignorant and unsavory questions in regards to the food cooked by a certain other sinner. Huh? Other sinner? Or other aspect of low lives, lowly culture. This can cause a significant alteration of the other sinners. However, it is important to note that no sarcastic undertones are contained in this curiosity-driven inquiry. So he's just curious, but he words it in a way that's going to trigger the others. So it would be ill-advised to let them get physical over it. And I have to make sure that they don't end up fighting against each other because of it. Wow, look at you! Isn't that a fascinating head over there? A popular model these days, I suppose. Of course, it's the latest fashion. Look at this golden clock handle, clock arms. They even have flamey, fiery hairs. Because why not? No, this isn't actually kind of that's not of my interest though. The hell is wrong with your attitude? Heathcliff looks just to be moments away from swinging his bat. But when he realized that the red gaze laid on him, he grunts and sat back down. It was about to attack him? And then we have Ryoshu, some kind of samurai from the looks of it. Again, I can't read it, but I can see butterfly. As they say, every person has their own creed, and it's only right to respect it as the executive manager. But with some greed, you will have difficulties in even simply pretending to sympathize. You will have noticed that the sinner in question is a silent chain smoker whose eyes shine with euphoric gleam only during battle. She believes that senselessly destroying the enemy's head is an uncultured act and a step backwards for art. Caution, the sinner's background is one that even our company may have trouble handling. It's advised against making her breed personal resentment towards you, because it seems like she really enjoys the act of killing and doesn't want to end the fight quickly with a head smash. Okay. Good to know. Cherie, nice to meet you. Huh? What? Wait. At what point was I supposed to laugh? Maybe she doesn't take us serious yet. And then we have Mersault. Please refer to me as such. The Soleil, huh? Some kind of suns with shales in the background. We can see a couple of skyscrapers as well. And from the images from the people on those legs, I would almost assume, or I'd assume that what's it called? Maybe the thumbs. I remember something about the thumbs with those heads, but it could also be just any type of other district, right? There are so many districts we haven't even seen yet. He might be over there. Actually speaking, I just looked at his other description. Look how little text there is! It doesn't give us anything! One's clear and concision commands requires no judgment on his part. Where's your description? Don't you want to tell us more about yourself? Oh wow! Well, you're polite. This isn't anything special. I'm simply behaving normally. But I need more information. The others were so ready to give me everything. Even the killer girl. Well, anyways, I'm almost touched. Mercy. Yes. Aha. Well, it felt as if something were gravelly amiss with him, but I can't seem to pin it down exactly. And then we have Otis. The way she scans me up and down was a little daunting. Okay, I felt almost compelled to bow to her, but she stopped me with a motion of a hand. Please, I would never make my manager grovel before me. My name is Otis. I would like to apologize for my rudeness earlier. I guess you just wanted to see what we are all about. Otis. Some kind of watch? Can't really tell what the other thing is, but he has a battlefield on her feet, so that's not entirely sure if that's a good sign, but we will see. This sinner could serve as an excellent advisor depending on your capability. However, she also has a meddlesome tenacity, so it is recommended to keep her satisfied with short replies of agreement. She's an expert when it comes to tactics and various pearls of wisdom about life, making her advice all the more valuable for your missions. In addition, she possesses a vast knowledge of workshop technology. You could trust her with simple repairs of the bus. Notice, unlike the other sinners, accessing recording pertains to the past of the sinner is not permitted. Okay? Warning. Keep an eye on the sinner and beware that she does not exercise her cunning intellect for purpose other than completing our company's mission. So she's so good that we need to worry about her? Interesting. Rudeness? Oh, please. Your generosity is a humbling sight. Okay, she already... Oh, yes. She's smirking! Oh god, she's smirking! I knew at first glance that you have what it takes to lead us. Really now? How? I failed my first battle already! Anyways, sorry? Well, most human causes noises and friction as a result of confrontation. Some are able to reap mutual benefits from coming head to head. It could be compared to a relationship between a blade and a whetstone. I vow to serve you with unrivaled devotion, Executive Manager. My blade is yours to wield. Well, that's reassuring. Thanks. I gave her an approval nod, even though I still don't quite get what she means by her rudeness. I'm amazed how you can sing out such a bold-faced high praise not so long after calling them a miserable, withering wretch. What? She said that? Ah, I think I see now. Did she say that when we was asleep? Did she do that? It seems I'm the last. Faust is the name. Okay. She has the icon of the game itself. Walpurgisnacht! She's a witch. Oh, she's a witch. The sinner who develops the engine of stuff. The bus operating by Limbus company. She claims that there's no one in the city who could rival her library of knowledge and wisdom, and she isn't necessarily wrong. You might find her high and mighty attitude when she allows you to converse with her displeasing, but as seen with how she treats everyone with a subtle gesture of arrogance, there's no hope of her parting with it ever. We recommend simply nodding once to get over it. Even though she has an unparalleled genius, we can't quite figure out how to use this one. Perhaps you could be the one to find it out? If she was the one who built the engine of the bus, we could always keep her as engineer at least, right? Even though it seems like she's kind of arrogant most of the time, but that's not so bad, normally. A genius with whom you're lucky to cross paths even once in your life. Ah. Sounds like you aren't convinced, Dante. Well, it's fine. You will come to learn, all in due time. Learn what exactly? That Faust is indeed a brilliant mind. When a proverbial tree falls, the fact of its sound cannot become true when the outside observer fails to recognize it. Okay. Well, that's enough greeting for today. Dante, let me explain your new occupation. Ah, you mean the manager thing, right? They're asking if the job you're about to explain is that of the manager. Come to think of it, the red-eyed man couldn't hear me unlike the sinners. That is correct. Executive Manager Dante. You will disembark on a trip to the Inferno with the 12 sinners who've just introduced themselves. How comes you aren't able to? It's probably the Shane thing, right? Probably. The Inferno? Why would the hell would I want to go to hell? They're asking why they need to travel to the Inferno. How about this? Treasures await at the end of the road. Would that suffice? No. I mean, I used to be a treasure hunter, I think at least. They can't seem to get you at all. I didn't ask for you to understand, Dante. Nor was this a question of your willingness. I mean, I'm already on the bus. Who's to say that I can say no at this point? I guess you already saved my life. You will have to listen to me if you want to reclaim your memories and original head. You know where my head is? I mean, I do want to get that back, but they're hesitating. Miss Faust, what will we do if Dante keeps on refusing to cooperate? This was not a scenario we have anticipated. Preposterous. Faust anticipated every possibility. Dante, once you completed all of your missions, you'll be able to engrave the aspect. Aspect? I can promise you that. What are you talking about? Aspect, a word that strikes my mind intensely, even though my memories are gone. My underlying instincts are responding strongly to it. Led by intuition, I make a choice. See there? They are nodding. I did? Good. Then we can continue. By the way, Sharon, why isn't the bus moving already? Are you dozing off? A bus driver only snoozes at resting spots work. Well, weirdos are hanging around in front of Mephi. I told you, Sharon. If anything happens with the bus, you've got to let me know right away. Mephi? And who's that now? Ah yeah, that long word. The name of this bus and the engine that runs it. And Faust's Magnum Opus Cordis. Ah, your masterpiece. An ideal ferry boat to bear us across the Inferno. Wouldn't you agree, Dante? Is it? I wasn't really sure what he was getting at, so I turned away to look through the window instead of giving him a reply. Looks like they're just another pack of dirty rats, living in the back streets. This is just the right time, Dante. That should be the perfect target for practicing your commands. Wait, are you going to throw me into another battle? But the part is already kind of long. I was waiting for a good moment to make a cut. And you know what? I would say this is a perfect moment to make a little cut for today's part. I haven't quite decided when or rather how often I'm going to upload this project yet. Probably 1 or maybe 2 parts per week. I wouldn't really mind including 2 parts this week, seeing how we are still at the beginning of the game. But just as a heads up, in the next week we're probably going back to 1 part only, seeing how, as I already said before, we need to regulate the upload schedule a bit, since I don't want to rush into any kind of context war. Okay? Okay. Anyways, I hope you guys had fun with today's part, and see you in the next one. Until then, bye bye!